Welcome into MIAA Basketball Saturday. I'm Harry Loomis.
And I'm Calvin Silvers. We've officially completed 12 weeks of MIAA basketball play, and the talent is heating up. On the men's side, this week's MIAA Athlete of the Week recipient is Emporia State's Trey Buchanan. Buchanan averaged 32 points and 4.5 rebounds per game in Week 12 play, and became the first Hornet to score at least 30 points in back-to-back games since Caleb Wright in 2014. In 40 minutes of playing against Northeastern State, Buchanan made 5 3-point field goals to accompany his 32 points in a 79-65 victory. Buchanan kept his team close against Rogers State by hitting a 3-pointer with 43 seconds left in regulation and scoring 7 of the Hornets' 11 points in overtime. This is Buchanan's 5th time this season being named the MIAA Athlete of the Week. Buchanan sat down with me this week to talk about his dominating offensive ability.
All right, I am here with Trey Buchanan from Emporia State. Trey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. And Trey, this is your 5th MIAA Men's Basketball Athlete of the Week this season. With all the great athletic performances seen around the conference week in and week out, how do you differentiate your play to catch the attention of not only fans of the MIAA, but the league as a whole?
I'll really just be playing my game. The system I'm in and the coaches and players I got around me make it easy for me to just play my game and do what I do. And we've been winning on this, so that helps.
That does help a lot. I was gonna say you guys have a great team around you. You got great coaches, and but for you, last week you averaged 32 points and you became the first Hornet to score at least 30 points in back-to-back games since Caleb Wright back in 2014. So offensively, what's working for you to allow such scoring outbreaks?
Just consistently working on my game. Me and a few of my teammates like JT, Marquise McCray, like we stay in the gym a lot, just working on our game, and it's translating over into the actual game. So just staying in the gym is big to our success.
I was gonna say it looks like that's translating very well. Like we said, 30-point back-to-back games, first to do since 2014 as a Hornet. And then against Rogers State last week, your team went to overtime where you scored 7 of the team's 11 overtime points. Although you didn't get the results that you'd like, you took the reins and you took over in that overtime. As a player in your position, do you feel like it's your responsibility to be that person that steps up and take control, or does it come naturally with the flow of the game?
A little bit of both. It definitely comes naturally, but just how the season's been going and just building relationships I built with my teammates, it's kind of like they lean on me to, be that guy to lead. And, just be one of those main guys that's leading us to the promised land. So, And
definitely. Do you like that role? Do you feel like that's a role that fits you pretty well? Do you feel like it could be too stressful sometimes? What's your overall thoughts of having that role on your shoulders?
I love it. I'm definitely all about winning. So if I could be the guy to just spark whatever we need to spark in order to get the win or turn up the energy to lead towards getting the win, like I'll be that guy all day. All
right, awesome. And then speaking of winning and being that guy that helps, on yesterday, February 8th, your team rebounded from the overtime loss to Rogers State to grab a 19-point victory against the MIAA top-seeded Northwest Missouri State Bearcats. What preparations were taken, or what was said from the coaching staff that prepared you guys to bounce back in such fashion?
Just the scouting report we had on that team was big, and I think every guy that played last night honed in on that and just tried to take guys away from their strong points. We executed on the offensive end, but with our team, we don't even really talk about offense too much. We're pretty confident that we'll get the looks we want. We just got to D up a lot, and I think we played defense for over 20 minutes yesterday. Usually we're good for probably a good half. But we strung a lot of stops together yesterday.
And you're right. We have been talking a lot of offense in this interview. But defensively, the team, especially against Northwest, really stood its ground, had some good stops there. And I hate to take away from that, but we're going to go back to the offensive side here because you're officially now in the Emporia State's top 10 for a single season scoring. What does etching your name in the ESU record book mean to you?
It's happening so quick. And I'm still, I'm still playing, so I can't really even bask in it too much right now, but it's definitely great making history. We're just trying to build on it and just get more wins at this point.
And you and Jamari Turner, I kind of want to turn this a different way just real quick. You and Jamari Turner have been one of the MIAA's best backcourt tandems. I don't think anyone could disagree with that. you have Steph Curry, Clay, you have all the Splash Bros and other nicknames going around. I guess, have you came up with a nickname for you two yet? And if so, are we allowed to share that here on the show? Did you guys think of a nickname yet?
We ain't thought of a nickname yet. I won't lie.
Any teammates throw out some ideas out there?
Nah, we waiting on somebody else to throw a name out there. We ain't thought of it hard.
I personally thought this is a far stretch here, but you guys are like the Hornet Sting. You know what I mean? Like that's how I would say one of you makes a big play. That's the Hornet Sting right there. So feel free to use that if you'd like.
Sure.
Full reins there.
Bet.
How does it feel? You guys, have 5 games left of the season. 3 of those games are at home, and you guys are 9-2 at home so far this season. How much is that going to play into a factor coming down the road? And why do you guys seem to be so successful at home?
I just think now at this point in the season, we're just locking in on just enjoying the time and the games we got left with the guys we're playing with now. Like you said, we got 5 games left. Now our mindset is just securing every win we could get at home and just continue to play good on the road, and everything else to speak for itself.
And I hope it does, Trey. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today. And like I said, feel free to use the Hornet Sting if you'd like. That's all yours. So
For sure. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no problem. And good luck the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yep.
The Women's MIAA Athlete of the Week is Lacey Stokes of Missouri Southern. If that sounds familiar, that's because it's her second week in a row receiving the honor. Stokes played a big part in the Lions' win against Central Missouri, potting 25 points, 6 assists, 6 boards, and 5 steals, including one with 14 seconds left that sealed the game. It was the Lions' first win in Warrensburg since the 2015-16 season, and first against the Jennies in general in the last 10 matchups. The first-year freshman has 347 points on the year, already a freshman record for the program. We at the MIAA wanted to give a shout-out to Washburn senior Hunter Bentley. On Thursday, the Kansas City, Missouri native broke the career minutes played mark for Ichabod women's basketball. I caught up with Hunter to talk about what the record and Washburn University means to her. I'm being joined by Washburn senior Hunter Bentley, who just broke the program record for career minutes played. So Hunter, congratulations. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Great. So obviously, like we said, you're the new all-time minutes leader for the Washburn women's basketball program. Was this a record that you knew you were close to breaking?
No, not really. It wasn't really something that I had looked into much, but oh my goodness. Sorry. Can you give me 1 second?
Sure thing. I'm joined by Washburn Ichabod senior Hunter Bentley, who just broke the career record for minutes played. So Hunter, congratulations. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Great. So like we said, you're the new all-time minutes leader for the program. Obviously, this is your 5th year. Was this something that you realized you were close to breaking?
No, not really. It wasn't something that I had really thought about, I guess. It's not really something that you think about when you think about records to be broken. But I mean, obviously, I've been here for a long time, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to actually play all 5 years. So I didn't have to redshirt or anything like that. So no, it wasn't really something that I thought about much, but I knew that I'd been playing a lot, so that it probably had to be somewhere up there. But yeah, no, it wasn't really something that was on the top of my mind.
Right. So obviously the minutes just accumulate after a while. So you've seen a lot of different phases of Washburn basketball. You're obviously here pre-COVID. You were here during the COVID years. You're here now kind of towards the end of it. Are there any ways that you've been able to kind of lead your team? Because you're obviously one of the veterans here. Were you able to kind of lead your team through all the ups and downs and all the certainty of the past few years?
Yeah, I mean, I always try to do whatever I can to be a leader, and it's never really been my thing to be a vocal leader. So that's something that I've kind of been pushed to do a lot more, especially these last 2 years. So, I mean, they're all great people. They're great teammates. So they make it pretty easy. It's just putting it all together on the basketball court. So it wasn't really a very hard job. It was just something that my coaches kind of expected me to do and that they wanted me to step up and do. So it's kind of just something I've been doing for the last couple of years.
Absolutely. And I understand that you have a brother, Hudson, who plays on the football team. That's going to be a fun environment. What's that like in the athletic department to have a sibling that's also playing for Washburn?
Yeah, it's been really awesome. We actually live together, so that's been kind of a good experience. Yeah, it's been a good experience for us to be able to do that outside of living together at home. So it's been really cool. I mean, there's always football players who are coming up to me and being like, "Are you Hudson's sister? Like, we love Hudson, whatever." So it's been a really cool environment, and just kind of to be able to have that family connection away from home has been really awesome for the both of us.
Yeah, that's awesome. So obviously you played for Coach McHenry now for 5 years. Are there any anecdotes that you might be saving for year-end banquet? Any particular moments that might stick out?
um, there's there's probably too many to even come up with one right now. I mean, Coach Mack is hilarious. He's so funny. So there's a lot of stories. I don't know if I can think of one right now, but he's really funny, especially after getting to know him over the last 5 years. I mean, he's just really funny. So there, we all have a lot of jokes with him, and it's been really fun to be able to kind of see him loosen up a little bit, and to be not just thinking about us as his players, but to kind of have more of that family feel also. So yeah, it's been really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So obviously you've been a great representative of Washburn, both on the court and in the classroom. Just what does being an Ichabod mean to you?
I mean, it's everything. It's family. So, I mean, a lot of these people and other people, sorry, a lot of my teammates, I mean, we've been friends for years, and my teammates from before, we still talk. So, I mean, they've helped me through a lot. We've been through a lot together. So, I mean, it's my second family, and it's been really nice to be able to be in one place for a long time, and to just get to know everyone at the school and in the athletic department as well.
Well, that's fantastic. It's been a pleasure again to talk to you. Congratulations again on the record, and we'll be watching the rest of the way. So best of luck the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
An action-packed basketball Saturday is ahead for MIAA fans, so sit back and relax for today's matchups that include Central Missouri at Washburn, Lincoln at Emporia State, Northwest Missouri State at Missouri Southern, Central Oklahoma at Newman, Missouri Western at Pittsburgh State, Rogers State at Nebraska Kearney, and Northeastern State at Fort Hays State. Remember, all MIAA contests are subject to change. Please visit the MIAA.com or your team's athletic website for the most up-to-date schedule information.
We've got a strong slate of games this week, Calvin. And I don't know about you, but my eyes are in Joplin to see Northwest Missouri play Missouri Southern.
For the Bearcats, the name of the game is defense. Austin Meyer's squad allows the second fewest points per game in the MIAA, and that's due in large part to forcing the tough shots. The Bearcats don't get many steals, but they hold opponents to shoot 39% from the field and 27% from three. Look for Jana Green to be a force down low, as she's third in the conference in blocks. The Lions come into this contest as the hottest team in the MIAA, as they've used a 9-game winning streak to fly up to second in the standings. What changed? How about Lacey Stokes earning Player of the Week 2 weeks in a row? But it's not just her leading the charge. How about Amaya Johns putting up 16 points in 19 minutes off the bench against Central Missouri? This is a team full of scorers, as evidenced by their 34% team three-point percentage.
That's going to be exciting, Harry. On the men's side, I'm ready for Central Missouri versus Washburn. Last meeting had Washburn edging out a 2-point victory over the Mules on December 31st. The key for Washburn is having the veteran guards step up to the challenge. The Ichabods are led by senior Tyler Guyman, who's averaging 15 points per game and 6 rebounds a game. Guyman is also a defensive pest, recording 17 steals so far this season. Guyman, with 99 recorded assists this season, will look to dish it out to junior guard Jalen Lewis. Lewis is averaging 13 points per game while shooting 43% from the field and 38% from three-point land. Lewis became the all-time three-point leader in Washburn history against Rogers State. The Mules' defense is no easy task to score on, however. Senior guard Jacor Nelson leads the MIAA in steals through 20 games with 2.2 steals per game and 44 takeaways. As a team, Central Missouri leads the league with 8 steals per game. Central Missouri hardly makes mistakes, as they are second in the MIAA in turnover margin at plus 3.72. If the Mules can stand their ground, force turnovers, and capitalize off turnovers with points, they can revenge their loss from December. A quick look at the NABC ranking shows 2 MIAA teams. Northwest Missouri State sits at the number 2 spot, 22 points from being number 1, while Central Oklahoma moved up 3 spots to number 13. Shout out to Fort Hays, as they also received votes this week.
2 women's MIAA teams were ranked this past week, as Fort Hays goes up to number 4, while the Griffins jumped 1 spot to number 21.
As a reminder, the nation's best small college basketball championship tournament returns to Municipal Auditorium this March 2nd through the 6th. Make your plans to come to Kansas City and cheer on your favorite MIAA team.
And be sure to follow us across our social media platforms and catch all the MIAA action on the MIAA network. I'm Calvin Silvers.
And I'm Harry Loomis. We'll see you next week.